Students, family members, friends, faculty, and guests, welcome to Northeastern State University's Spring 2021 Commencement for the College of Education undergraduate students. My name is Debbie Landry, and I serve as the Provost and Vice President for Academic Affairs. Today we recognize spring and summer graduates who've chosen to participate in this ceremony. We particularly want to welcome guests and family members who are watching through our live streaming service, as well as those of you that are here in the Event Center. At this time, we ask everyone to rise for the national anthem sung by Elizabeth Stroud, a political science major at NSU. Elizabeth will be accompanied by the NSU Brass Quintet, Brennan Marcotte, trumpet, Jackson Washburn, trumpet, Denario Schultz, horn, Lily Van, trombone, and Dylan Ward, tuba. Ms. Jamie Combs, a faculty member in the special education program, will serve as our interpreter for this ceremony.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets' red glow, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say, does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
It is now my honor to introduce Northeastern State University's 19th president, Dr. Steve Turner, who will extend his greetings.
Good afternoon, everyone. It's a smaller group. You can say hello. We're glad you're here. Let me say to the degree candidates, it's a little different than a year ago and than what we experienced in December, but the message of we made it in a COVID world should resonate well. You've done well. And on behalf of the NSU community, I want to say thank you for being quick a year ago in March to have to flip your schedule, do things perhaps in ways that we wouldn't have anticipated. So I want to say thank you to the class of 2021 for being resilient, nimble, and I guess in many ways extremely fluid as we work to do our part to consider the health and safety of others. To our guests today, thank you. We certainly look forward to the time that we'll return and have a full house of folks, but we are glad that you're here. I am glad to welcome you today to our first of 6 commencements. We have increased the number of commencements so that we can maintain appropriate social distancing. So to all of you from the College of Education, to our students, and to the faculty, the staff, I do want to welcome you. Also, if you look around the stage and on the monitor, you see everywhere from the parking attendants to those that are making sure that we're safe while we're here. We have a lot of employees and volunteers that come in very early on and clean up. They put flowers out. They make sure that we're ready. I'd like for all of the employees that have had a part to organize today and the volunteers to step forward, wave your hands or something, and let's thank you to all those folks. Please step in and let's say thank you to each of you. Students on the floor, I want you to stand for just a second. I'm not conferring the degrees now, so don't get too excited. Go ahead and stand. It's all right. It's okay. Now I want you to find out where your loved ones are. Do you know where they are? Nod your head if you do. You did not get here by yourself. You had family members, you had a mom, a dad, some had a husband or wife, some of you had children, grandchildren, some of you had grandparents. Somebody helped you get here, and they loved you, and they made sure that you got to this day to accomplish one of your life dreams. So let's thank all the family members, wave at them, give a shout out to your family members, and say thank you. To those of you that are behind me, I apologize. I will try to come around and look, okay? We're glad that you're here, so I do apologize. I am very proud of, you can be seated now, thank you. I'm very proud of NSU's reputation when it comes to those involved in serving our nation when our nation calls. You can go back and with our history as a Cherokee institution, we have a disproportionately high number of students, faculty and staff that have served in the military. Our history is quite remarkable. We are a designated veteran-friendly campus. So if you are here today and you have served or you are serving in one of the branches of the military, would you stand and let us say thank you for your service? All veterans, please stand. Absolutely. Thank you so much for your service. We appreciate you so much. In just a couple of days, we celebrate a very special day. If you go back and you look at those people that had a huge impact on your life, it's going to be a family member. More often than not, it's going to be your mom. And so we celebrate Mother's Day. My mother passed away at far too young, but there's not a week that goes by that there's not something that I remember about my mother. So to all of the moms in advance of Mother's Day, let me just say thank you for being a mom. And all the moms, would you stand and let us say congratulations and happy Mother's Day. Moms? Some of the husbands and the kids are saying, oh my gosh, Mother's Day's in 2 days. So now you got a heads up. You got a chance to make it right. You're going to hear from some of the members of the President's Cabinet, the Vice Presidents. There are 4 Vice Presidents that head up the different divisions. You've already been introduced to Dr. Debbie Landry, Provost and Vice President for Academic Affairs. A little bit later, you're going to hear from Dr. Jared Freeman, the Vice President of Student Affairs. But we have 2 other Vice Presidents that are very much engaged and immersed in the day-to-day operations of this institution. I would like for them to stand and let me say hello and let's welcome VP Christy Lansall and Vice President Dan Mabry back here in the back. So thank you for being here. We have a couple of special guests today. I have with me today my wife Penny, who many of you know is a great volunteer. You know her, she knows you, but we're glad to have Penny here with us today. So Penny's back here behind us, in front of you. And then we have our special guest speaker. We have the wife of Adjutant General Harrison. We have his wife and also an NSU alum, Linda Harrison. Linda, would you stand? Welcome back. Welcome home. Let me just again offer a heartfelt thanks first to our students. You did make it, and I'm so proud of you. And I know that there's a group of folks in front of me and side by side with some of you that as far as the group that spends the most time with you in the classroom setting, it's our faculty. And I know we have staff and others that pour themselves into helping you become a great citizen, but I do want to acknowledge and say thank you to the faculty of the College of Education. Thank you for your role, and thank you all for being here.
Students, faculty members from the College of Education are seated behind you and are here to share this moment. Our faculty bring Northeastern State University statewide, regional, national, and international recognition. Most importantly, they care about our students and their success. Please join me in expressing our appreciation to our outstanding NSU faculty. Faculty, please stand. Thank you. Please be seated.
Good afternoon. My name is Jared Freeman, and I serve as the Vice President of Student Affairs. Now we wish to recognize outstanding students at Northeastern State University. The Riverhawks Initiating Service and Engagement, known as RISE, is a 4-year scholarship program designed to develop leadership skills through community service and civic engagement. RISE scholars maintain high standards, fulfill service hour requirements, and organize university-sponsored service events. In this ceremony, we will recognize one graduating RISE scholar. Will Savannah Jo Hale please stand? Savannah is an elementary education major from Enola. Please join me in recognizing Savannah. Thank you, Savannah, for your services to NSU and the community. Our next recognition is for the member of the President's Leadership Class. Will Haley Horner please come forward to the right side of the stage? Established in 1974, the President's Leadership Class is a unique leadership and scholarship program designed to cultivate outstanding potential and proven student leaders. During their time at Northeastern, PLC students are immersed in a program focused on the development in leadership skills and civic engagement. At this ceremony, we recognize Haley Horner, an early childhood education major from Tahlequah. Haley, please come forward to accept your PLC certificate from President Turner.
NSU is fortunate to have an affiliation with the Gates Millennium Scholar Program, which selects 1,000 students each year to receive a good through graduation scholarship to use at the college or university of their choosing. This scholarship also includes funding for a graduate degree program in a particular area of need. In this ceremony, we recognize Abby Rhodes, a psychology major from Tahlequah. Abby, please stand and be recognized. Will Tom Singh Golden and Madeline Williams make your way to the right side of the stage? Established in 2001 and directed by Dr. Karen Carey, the NSU Honors Program features a learning environment where students work with faculty members and peers in courses focused on independent research and participation in co-curricular cultural experiences. Students in the honors program must maintain a 3.25 grade point average or above and complete a senior research project. As I call your name, please come forward to receive your honors medallion. It looks like we have Madeline. Madeline is a psychology major and she's from Muskogee. Her project was titled The Correlation Between the Big Five Personality Dimensions and Visual Art Preference. And her mentor was Dr. Beth Bowen. Congratulations. Tom Singh Golden is also a psychology major from London, England. Tom's project was titled Self-Compassion and Teamwork Perception Among Division II and III NCAA College Soccer Athletes. Mediation by Coping Self-Efficacy, and his mentor was Dr. Musan Kim. Let's provide one more round of applause for our Honors Program graduates. Finally, we want to recognize students with grade point average honors. Undergraduate honors students wear paired cords that are green with white, silver, or gold, depending on the recognition. The names of the honor graduates and the grade point average qualifications for the undergraduate honors are in your program. These students will be recognized individually as they cross the stage. Please join me in recognizing our cum laude, magna cum laude, and summa cum laude honor students. Honor graduates, please stand. Way to go. Thank you. Please be seated.
It's a pleasure to introduce our commencement speaker, John Harrison, a Brigadier General assigned to the Oklahoma National Guard. Commissioned in 1988 through NSU's Reserve Officer Training Corps, Brigadier General Harrison has served our country for more than 30 years and is currently the Director of Joint Staff, where he has oversight of more than 1,000 full-time employees. During his career, General Harrison served with units in the United States, Germany, and Iraq, and as a commander at the company and battalion levels. He's been decorated with multiple awards, including the Legion of Merit and the Bronze Star Medal. In addition to his baccalaureate degree in accounting from NSU, General Harrison holds a Master's of Business Administration in Human Resource Management from Trident University International and a Master of Strategic Studies from the U.S. Army War College. This fall, he was recognized with the President's Award for Community Service. Please join me in welcoming Brigadier General John Harrison. General Harrison.
All right, as I get myself together up here, let's give another round of applause to Elizabeth Stroud and the band that was up here playing the national anthem. That was a great rendition of our national anthem. I've heard that played thousands of times, and I never get tired of hearing it, and I consistently have chills that run down my spine when I hear that. Speaking of which, I'm suddenly remembering how nerve-wracking it is to speak in front of quite a few professors. So we're gonna move right on ahead, and I want to thank you, President Turner, for that great introduction, and I want to thank you for inviting Linda and I back to Tahlequah and Northeastern State University. It's truly an honor to come back to NSU to speak to the graduating class of 2021, and especially to these graduates from the College of Education. One of the great strengths and promises of this nation is our public education system, ensuring that everyone who puts forth the effort can earn a high school degree. And many, if not all of you, will play a major role in keeping that promise. And from one teacher's son to our future teachers, thank you for choosing to invest in the future of our children. Now, as you know, for over a year now, the world has been working its way through a global pandemic. COVID-19 has taken the lives of over 600,000 Americans and over 3 million people across the planet. So please keep their families and friends in your thoughts and prayers. And while at your ages you may not be at risk, go ahead and get vaccinated to reduce the chances that you could innocently spread this disease to someone who is at higher risk. Now, we have had to change the way we work and the way we teach and the way we shop and the way we travel, and so much more, in an effort to stop the spread of this disease. Even this ceremony was altered. You're still in masks, and students limited to 2 guests each. So while they may not all be here, your parents and family have played a big part in your success. And even though you've already thanked them with a round of applause, let's let them know how much you appreciate them one more time for their support with another big round of applause. And graduates, even though she's already been introduced, I got to tell you one more time, I want to introduce you to Linda. Simply stated, she's the love of my life, and I can't imagine life without her. And by the way, as Dr. Turner said, she's an alumnus of NSU, and she graduated magna cum laude with a bachelor's degree in business administration. Now, President Turner, he said to me, John, just speak to the students about what your education in NSU meant to you. And Linda always tells me, tell your story because someone might be able to relate to it. So here we go. I enlisted in the Oklahoma Army National Guard in January of 1984 while a senior at Purcell High School. I was commissioned a regular Army second lieutenant in front of Seminary Hall with 7 of my friends. I became an Army aviator and throughout the 1990s served in Germany, Iraq, Fort Rucker, Fort Eustis, Fort Campbell, Camp Eagle, Korea. And after 8 years of active duty, Linda and I decided we wanted to raise our kids in Oklahoma. In what can only be described as an incredible stroke of good luck and timing, an aviation maintenance officer position opened up with the Oklahoma National Guard at Lexington, Oklahoma. Subsequently, I was selected, and we moved to Norman, where our kids went to school from kindergarten through graduation from the University of Oklahoma. And just a few years after arriving in Norman, the attacks of 9/11 occurred and the country went to war. And the National Guard was quickly called up. And ever since, the United States Armed Forces and your Oklahoma National Guard have been training service members and deploying them to Afghanistan and Iraq and other places across the globe. Here in the Oklahoma National Guard, I've been deployed to Kuwait and Iraq, trained in Azerbaijan, Germany, Japan, Africa, and across the United States. And from that initial enlistment as a private, I've been fortunate enough to attain the rank that I humbly wear today, Brigadier General. I give you that brief synopsis of a 37-year military career, not to brag, and certainly not to show off, but to say that none of that would have been possible, none of it would have happened if I didn't have a bachelor's degree from Northeastern State University. And I shared it because you too can reach unimaginable heights with the degree that you worked so hard for and will receive today. I know that you can do it because the reality is, I'm just John. Like many of you, I am from a small town in Oklahoma where, like many of you, I grew up with supportive parents that valued education. As a sophomore in high school, I met Linda. I went off to initial Army training while she was a high school senior. And not long after I returned, Linda and I would move to Tahlequah. We arrived in late August 1985, and just 3 years and 4 months later, we departed. In that short time, we got married at age 20 and 19. We bought a mobile home, and we moved to Southland Village Mobile Home Park, which is upward near where Jimmy's Egg is today. I started ROTC in the fall of 1986, and since I was prior service, it was a 2-year program for me. So now we had a limited amount of time to finish our degrees. We often took 18 to 21 hours per semester in order to finish on time. To pay the bills, Linda had a work-study job, and I had ROTC, the National Guard, and a job sweeping parking lots at night. Together, we supported ourselves on about $600 a month. It was a whirlwind, as you can imagine, but in those few years, we learned how to depend on each other. We learned the value of using time wisely, and we learned the importance of finishing what you start. It was a busy time, but I am so glad we chose Northeastern State University as the first place we called home. Although hectic, we truly enjoyed our college experience. The professors here at Northeastern genuinely cared about whether or not we succeeded and often knew us by name. And by graduation day, they had ensured we were fully prepared for the challenge when we jumped out into the world. So as I just told you, I've had a lot of great experience in the Army and the Oklahoma National Guard. But you know one of the things that I didn't do? I never got a tattoo. But a few years ago, Linda got one, so I started thinking maybe I need to get one. But what would I want to say, what would I want to have tattooed on my body? Several things came to mind. Of course, the first thing was Linda with a big heart around it, our kids' names or birth dates. But I kept thinking, what art would I want to look at, other than their names, that wouldn't go out of style? And you know what I came up with? A clock. I know that doesn't sound too cool, but it actually is, and I could show it to you. I got a picture of it on Pinterest. But I don't have time to show it to you. And you see, that's it. The clock represents time, which to me is the great equalizer. Generals, privates, professors, students, those that are down on their luck are those that have been fortunate. Anyone you can think of, we all have 24 hours in one day. If you have money, you can't buy some time from someone else. If you're talented, you can't barter with someone for their time. It doesn't matter what you do, 24 hours. It doesn't stop and wait for you. Time doesn't care what you do with it. There is no on or off switch. A week goes by, another 168 hours have passed. There is no time out. You can't stop it. The other day I read that the average American life expectancy at birth is about 78 and a half years, which equates to 28,667 days. So today, I'm 55 years and 115 days old, which for me means over 20,000 days are behind me, and on average, I have about 8,500 left. But for the majority of you graduating today, your time is inverse to mine. Most of you have well over 20,000 days to go. Of course, what makes that interesting is that not one of those days is guaranteed. We don't know when or how we'll go. So here are a few simple thoughts on how to live your best life every day. So if you want to live your best life, don't drink more beers than miles you've run that day. You'll feel better the next morning. If you want to live your best life, be a lifelong learner. Never stop learning. Grab all the education you can, because education is the one thing that can't be taken away. The degree you just earned stays with you for life. If you want to live your best life, love what you do and do the best job that you can at the job you have today. If you combine this with lifelong learning, when that incredible stroke of luck and timing arrives, you will be ready to take advantage of it. And if you want to live your best life, volunteer. Do something for someone else solely for the reason of giving back. And if you want to live your best life, join the Oklahoma National Guard. You know I had to go there. But really, I can't think of a better profession to pair with a part-time career in the National Guard than a career in education. So come join us. And if you want to live your best life, learn to love those that you disagree with and to respect their point of view. Today, this is more important than ever. It's much too easy to type some heated language into social media. Instead, invite that person to debate it over a coffee drink, or if you ran that day, maybe a cold beer. Then depart with a handshake or a hug. Be prepared for adversity, because it will seek you out, attempting to destroy you or your relationships if you're not ready. And stay balanced, work, family, and spiritually. For when the time for work is done, it is your family and spirituality that will be there for you. And if you want to live your best life, always, always be positive and have fun. And above all else, if you really want to live your best life, find somebody to love who loves you back, and work hard every day to fall in love all over again. So Riverhawks, class of 2021, again, congratulations on this great milestone in your life. When this commencement ceremony is done, give your parents and families a great big hug and let them know how much you love and appreciate them. And take this degree that you have worked so hard for and get out there and take on the world. And right now, and in all of the days of the ahead, Live your best life. Thanks.
Thank you, Brigadier General. It's a tradition at Northeastern State that we present a special gift to our commencement speakers. Probably for you, this way, and those behind you may need to look at the monitors, but at all official events, like especially commencement, the president wears the seal of the institution. It's presented quite well on the banners, the gonfalons behind me, or flags, whatever, for those of you. But I have a one in my hand. And there's two things on there that I think are important beyond the name of the institution. There's two dates in the first or the second ring that says 1846. You'll see that. You may not be able to read it, but that is there because on November 26, 1846, the Cherokee Council passed an act that created the Cherokee National Female Seminary, which became Northeastern State Normal School, Northeastern State University, on March 6, 1909. Interestingly enough, the first seminary opened on May 7, 1851. What is that, 170 years ago today? And then it reopened at this location on May 7th, 1889. So because of the gift, the vision of the Cherokee Nation, we've been at this location now 132 years. And that says something, providing an outstanding game. And then again below, when a new state created a system of higher education, March 6th. So on the back, it has the inscription, and so in the future, General, you'll be able to look at this and say, wow, wasn't that neat? And those that follow you can say, my dad told me about this, but now we have something. So, General, thank you.
Thank you very much. Appreciate it very much.
And you know, I'm going to take that back from you about 18 times.
It is time to present candidates for baccalaureate degrees. Each candidate will be recognized on stage. After all candidates are recognized individually, President Turner will confer degrees. Dr. Vanessa Anton will present the candidates and announce names. Faculty, I ask if you concur with these recommendations for degrees. If so, please rise. Thank you. Please be seated.
Good afternoon. I'm Vanessa Anton, Dean of the College of Education. President Turner, I am pleased to present these candidates upon whom the baccalaureate degree will be conferred. Baccalaureate candidates, please come forward. Haley Horner, summa cum laude. Face up.
It doesn't matter which way you do it.
Thomas Singolden, summa cum laude. Madeline Williams, summa cum laude. Jessica Faddis. Hannah Pike, magna cum laude. Jaden Potter. Sydney Davison. Josiah Solomon, cum laude. Nick Steen. To Billy Lee, magna cum laude. Abby Rhodes. Lainey James, summa cum laude. Timothy Davis. Blaine Eli Burns. Taylor Morgan, summa cum laude. Mary Hannafy, summa cum laude. Alexis Harris, summa cum laude. Libby Michelle Maple, summa cum laude. Kylie McKinney, magna cum laude. Hannah K. Cherry. Victoria Sneckenberg, magna cum laude. Carly Cox, summa cum laude. Katie Kelch. Taylor McLeod, magna cum laude. Evans Wiggle. Marvin Godot. Kylie Irvin, magna cum laude. Tabby Davis, magna cum laude. Brittany Slape, cum laude. Brooke Hill, summa cum laude. Justin Stevens. Larissa Tillery, magna cum laude. Kennedy Ross, magna cum laude. Jace Klinkenbeard. Molly Comer, summa cum laude. Haley Faust, summa cum laude. Jeanette Guadalupe Vasquez, summa cum laude. Savannah Jo Hale, summa cum laude. Yudira Arwaselli Flores. Caitlin Dories, summa cum laude. Haley Cole. Brooke Davis. Tyson Tiger. Tyler Tiger, magna cum laude. Casey Maxwell. Emily Corbin, magna cum laude. Hannah Hicks. Alexis Mann. Jessica Long, summa cum laude. Taylor Nelson. Aubrey Acuff, summa cum laude. Britton Buckner, summa cum laude. Haley Boatwright, magna cum laude. Lily Lewis. Amy Tilgis. Carson Eller, magna cum laude. Cassidy Jordan, summa cum laude. Tyler Hughes. Noah Davis. Tyke Bunch. Morgan Burchett, magna cum laude. Addison Elbin, summa cum laude. Cameron Conrad, cum laude. Megan Nicole Green. Shaylin Sanchez Cernetsky, magna cum laude. Jonica Willis. Bobby Ward. Kelsey Plummer, magna cum laude. Jordan Kirsten Denny. Samantha Hughes, magna cum laude. Brittany Shaver, summa cum laude. Mariah Rose, magna cum laude. Haley Grayson, summa cum laude. Chantel Fennell, magna cum laude. Samantha Moore, magna cum laude. Alice Timmons. Ashley Lotchless. Jesse Poole. Bethany Worthington, cum laude. Emily Floyd. Bethany Starr Nyman, summa cum laude. Taylor Gassaway, summa cum laude.
Students, it is time for the conferring of degrees. Will all baccalaureate degree candidates please rise? President Turner, pending the results of a final degree audit, I certify that the candidates standing before you have completed all requirements for the baccalaureate degree respectively, and I recommend that the degree to which they are individually entitled be conferred.
Thank you, Dr. Landry. Consistent with the statutes of the state of Oklahoma, the Oklahoma State Regents for Higher Education, and the Board of Regents of the Regional University System of Oklahoma, and by the authority vested in me by the state of Oklahoma, it is my pleasure to confer upon each of you the baccalaureate degree as printed in the program with all the rights, ranks, privileges, and responsibilities such a degree carries among scholars. Graduates, there's a tradition in higher education that signifies the passage from being a student candidate for graduation to becoming a graduate. At this time, please move your tassels from the right side to the left side. Please be seated for a little bit longer. Thank you.
Graduates, as you know, Northeastern State University has a long history of service to Oklahoma. Our alumni have accomplished great things in their professional and personal lives. Today, you're joining this distinguished group, and we're your partner as you begin this chapter in your life. Here to explain the benefits of membership in the Alumni Association is Daniel Johnson, NSU's Director of Alumni Relations.
So just mere moments ago, President Turner conferred upon you your baccalaureate degree. And you'll recall, he said that your degree carried with it certain rights, ranks, privileges, and responsibilities. And in the time I have with you today, I'd like to expand just a bit on these rights, ranks, privileges, and responsibilities. Because of your efforts and your perseverance over these last number of years, you have earned the right to call yourself a graduate of Northeastern State University. And today, you have joined our family of over 64,000 living alumni who make up what we refer to as the Green and White Network. And because you've earned this right to call yourself an NSU alumnus, you have also earned the right to wear the official Nsu Alumni Pin, which you will find in your bags, and I invite you to do that today. And you can trust that the Alumni Association will always strive to keep you connected with NSU and with each other. Rights, ranks, privileges, and responsibilities. You and your fellow graduates have earned the rank of Bachelor of Education, Bachelor of Science, Bachelor of Arts. And in achieving this rank, you have done something that roughly only a third of the U.S. population has done in earning a college degree. And because of this, more doors will surely be open to you. Greater opportunities will be in front of you. Keeping in mind that nothing is a given, but undoubtedly, you're better positioned for success because of your rank. You can imagine the privileges that come with your college degree, but I want to focus specifically on the privileges that come with Alumni Association membership. Our Alumni Association members are entitled to benefits and perks like exclusive invitations to events, discounts on insurance, health care, and through our Green and White Perks program, members can save real money on everything from shopping to entertainment and more. and I truly hope that you will take advantage of the privileges that come with staying connected through Alumni Association membership. Rights, ranks, privileges, and the most important one, responsibilities. As a Northeastern State University graduate, you now share in the responsibility of adding value to the NSU degree. Adding value to the NSU degree. Perhaps you're wondering how you might do this. I have 4 suggestions for you to help you in adding value. First, become excellent at what you do. Second, be worth more than you cost. Third, do what you say you're going to do. And last, outwork everyone. If you do these 4 things, you will most certainly be fulfilling that responsibility of adding value to the NSU degree. Those who have helped you along your journey today to get here today are certainly proud of you, and you should certainly feel proud in what you have accomplished. Now, as you close this chapter of your life at NSU, I echo General Harrison's challenge to you and to live your best life. And I challenge you to live your best life in such a way that you fulfill the promise of your college degree. Your degree from Northeastern State University with all its rights, ranks, privileges, and responsibilities. Congratulations. Greener days are surely ahead. I'll see you soon.
Thank you, Mr. Johnson. As we come to the close of our ceremony, please listen carefully to these directions to facilitate a safe and smooth exit from the arena. In just a moment, we will ask you to stand for the NSU alma mater. Freeman de Graffenried, a criminal justice major, will sing the alma mater, first in Cherokee, recognizing NSU's historical significance as a Cherokee National Female Seminary. Then we'll ask all audience members to join Elizabeth Stroud in singing the English lyrics. Both Freeman and Elizabeth will be accompanied by the NSU Brass Quintet. Following the alma mater, ushers will guide students out alternating rows through the east and west entrances of the arena and then outside. Faculty and guests will be dismissed after graduates have left the area. Now please stand for the alma mater.
Squadagigi Nico hilages esti Adelo quasti Ale do you go dying Ani jalagi Yudalena Ijiki Juna dello Costi Ijala quodesti
Alma mater, forever may you live. Knowledge and freedom, with truth you gladly give. Thank you.